Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can solve this particular question that came in the Cambridge examinations of AS level in October-November 2015 sessions. Paper is 1-3, question number is 37, and the topic is from current electricity. Now, a lot of students had requested me to make a video on this, and that is why I'm just keeping this credits as anonymous. So now I encourage you to just pause the video over here if you haven't already tried this question and see if you're able to get to the correct solution. And then come back and then you can just go through the solutions along with me. So welcome back if you did give it an attempt. The correct solution for this question is option D. So if you did get this as a correct answer, many congratulations. But now for the students who require help in how to do this, I'll first show you what was the examiner report over here for this question. Specifically for this question, out of all the other questions, they had mentioned that candidates found this question to be difficult and careful working was required. So these were the two major comments by the examiner. Apart from this, they were just giving you some kind of hints about how the question was supposed to be solved. But then I'll be giving you even a better way to solve this particular question. So let's get started. So in this question, we can see that there is a circuit diagram that is given to us where all the resistors are having the value of 1 ohms. And in the last loop, we can see that the current flowing is of 1 amperes. And the question is asking us that what is the potential difference across the input terminals? So the best way of doing this question would be that if we are able to identify what is the current flowing from the input terminals into the whole electrical circuit, and if we are able to find out the net value of the resistance, what is the net value of all the resistance in the circuit, then we can easily find out this value of total voltage, that is the across the input terminals. It will be equal to the current from the input terminals into the net value of the resistance. So yeah, that is the main idea of how we are going to solve this question. Now we know that as the current is going to flow, because there are having multiple junctions, the current is going to be divided because of Kirchhoff's first rule. So whatever was the current over here, it will be further divided over here and here. Then let's say this current is passing over here, that will be further divided over here and here. And it's such that in the last loop, the current value is 1 ampere. So we'll need to backtrack our working such that from this 1 ampere, we are able to find out first of all what is the current over here. Then based on this current and this 1 ampere, we can find out what is the value of the current over here, again because of the Kirchhoff's first law. The input current is equals to the summation of the output currents. And similarly, I can then, once I find the value of the current in this loop, I can find the current in this loop. Once I'm having both the currents, I can add them together to find this current from the input terminal. And then once I'm having that current, I'll also find the net value of the resistance, and then I'll just multiply it to get the final answer. So how are we supposed to do this? Now, a lot of students were having confusion in understanding the circuit diagram. So what is the circuit diagram all about? We are having two different resistors which are in series. So I can say that this 1 ohm and 1 ohm is in series, and that 2 ohms together is in parallel with this one. So I can redraw this component something like what I have done over here. This one and this one is coming from this one and this one, which is then in parallel with this one. So over here, these three resistors are exactly what you see over here, these three resistors. Then once I'm going to combine them together, we can just say that the net value of the resistance can be given over here like this. The combination of these three resistance will be written over here. So now you don't really need this kind of things. So that net value over here will then be in series with another 1 ohm resistance. That is exactly what I have done in the second step. That this net value of 2 by 3 I got was from the combination of this. And then that is in series with this 1 ohm. Then this 2 series is in parallel with this 1 ohm resistance. That is this 1 ohm. This one is in parallel with this 2. That is what is my second diagram. And then lastly, what I can do is I can say that all of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can find the net value of the resistance, and I can say that this value is expressed over here like this. And then I can just forget about everything in the behind. And I can say that this is now in series with this 1 ohm resistance. And that is why I'm having my final diagram over here, where I'm taking the previous value of the resistors or the resistance of the resistors, and then I'm just writing it as 5 by 8 over here. And that is in series with 1. So this is the kind of approach that I have taken to understand the circuit diagram. So now the only one thing left for us to do over here is to find out what is the current from the input terminal. Once we find that current, we are going to multiply that with the net value of the resistance in the circuit in order to find the potential difference across the input terminals. So how are we supposed to find that current? So starting from this 1 ampere, I am first going to find out what is the value of this I1. Once I find that I1, I'll try to find out what is the value of I3. That is the starting point. And then once I'm having the value of the current over here, I'll do exactly the same process. I'll find the current over here and then the current over here. And this current itself is the current coming from the input terminal. Okay, so that's the basic idea. So let's proceed with this. So because I know that this branch has a current of 1 ampere and the total resistance is of 2 ohms, and then this is in parallel with this particular branch where the current is I1 and the total resistance is 1 ohm. And now because of this parallel connection, I can say that if I attach a voltmeter over here, the reading will be same if I know that V is equals to IR. So if I do IR for this branch or if I do IR for this branch, the value should be the same because of the parallel connection. In parallel connections, we know that the voltage remains the same. So if I do I1 into 1 ohm, which I've done over here, it should be same as saying this 1 ampere times 2 ohms. So I into R. So in doing this process, I am able to find out that my current over here is coming out to be 2 amperes. So I hope the process of finding the current over here in I1 is clear to you. Now after this, the next task is to identify the current in I3. Now over here I have used Kirchhoff's first law or the Kirchhoff current law, which states that the summation of the currents that is entering a junction will be equal to the summation of the currents that is leaving the junction. And therefore I can say that my I3 is equals to this 2 amperes and 1 amperes. That is going to be a total of 3 amperes. So now I know that from this particular junction, the current is going to be of 3 amperes. This is the kind of summary that we have understood from the first circuit diagram. Now let's move on to the second circuit diagram, where what I've done is, because I don't want to be confused about a lot of different resistance over here, and I just want to have one particular net value of the resistance of the 3 resistors over here, so that I can say that that resistor is then in series with this 1 ohm resistor. So for that, I have found out the net value of this resistance over here, and it came out to be 2 by 3. And now because this and this are in series, I can say that for both of this resistance throughout this branch, the current will be 3 amperes. And I can then just repeat the process that I have done over here for this I4 and I6. So how can I find my I4? I know that this current of 3 amperes, if I multiply with the summation of 1 and 2 by 3, which is 5 by 3, if I multiply this, it will be same as 1 into I4. Because I know that they are in parallel, I can say that they both are going to be equal to each other. And in doing so, I'm going to get the value of I4 as 5 amperes. Now, because I know that my I4 is 5 amperes, so this 5 plus 3 is going to become 8 amperes, and that 8 amperes is the value of I6. And now I know the value of the current from the input terminal is 8 amperes. Now, the only one thing that is left for me to figure out is the net value of the left resistance over here for me. That is what I have done in the next step. So the combined resistance of this 3 is coming out to be 5 by 8. And then if I add 1 to this, the combined value of the whole resistors in the circuit was coming out to be 13 by 8. And now I also know that the current flowing from the input terminal is 8. I'm multiplying my current and the total resistance in the circuit to find out the total value of the voltage across the input terminals. And that is how I get 13 to be the final answer. Alright guys, so I hope that you were able to understand the whole workflow of this kind of questions, such that in the future if you are getting similar questions, you will be able to ace it without any kind of worries. But let's say if you are someone who is having a doubt, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you are someone who did understood everything from the start till the end of this video, please also let me know in the comments if you found my explanation to be helpful for you, or whatever kind of feedbacks that you would like to share with me. And yes, on top of all of this, guys, if you want me to continue this kind of content where I'm showing you how to solve difficult kind of questions that have appeared in the AS and A-level examinations, just click on the like button. More the likes, it is just going to tell me that yeah, this many students are requiring this kind of content, And that is simply going to motivate me to just continue in this particular mission, even if it lasts for 2, 3 years. So don't forget to hit a like. And yeah, that's all about this video. I'll see you very soon in the next one.